Welcome to Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkovic. Today I'm going to teach you how to mount traditional broadheads on your arrows, or at least how I do it. There's probably other ways. I've been doing it this way for 30 years, as long as I've been doing this, and this is my system. So there's a few things you're going to need. So if you come in here, you're going to need a towel or a old t-shirt, something to wipe the glue off when you get it on there. So I use that. This is a bottle of just water that I can stick the heads in to cool them off. Something that you can spin them on to make sure that that they're spinning right. Your shafts you're going to put them on. Here I have a bunch of 210 grain A-Boyer big bonehead single bevel broadheads. I got 11 of them I'm mounting. I got a dozen of them. Saving one, I'm mounting 11 of these. And then you need if you're going with carbon arrows, you're going to need some kind of an insert, whether it's steel or aluminum. I was torn between going with a 75 grain steel or a 45 grain aluminum. 45 grain aluminum is closer to weight. Either would work, but if you look at those, how hollow that is in there, and this being only hollow a little bit and the rest being solid aluminum, I was kind of torn as which one would actually be stronger. And given the fact that this one's more precisely the weight I need these to be at, I'm going with the aluminum. But you can use steel adapters, you can do whatever you want to. And then you will also need glue. I use bonding. I use bonding hot melt is what I use. That's what I've always used. Some kind of pliers to work with, and a lighter and a torch with a pretty decent tip like that on there, so you can really fine tune that on there. So that's basically what we need to be able to do this. Now, and the process would be the same for the wood, except for the fact that on wood you're not going to heat the ferrule or the adapter or the taper of your wood shaft like I'm going to do. But other than that, same concept. So what I'm doing is I'm going to mount this insert on the head right there like that. Now, there's one more step we're going to do to this here too, because these are single bevels. I was going to do it afterwards, but we're going to do it right now just so I talk about it also. And that is, I'm going to put a dab of thread locker on these. And the reason I'm doing that is because I shoot a left bevel head and left bevel feathers. And since I do, I want to make sure that this cannot twist off on its own. So I'm putting a little bit of blue thread locker on so that that's going to lock tight when I'm done. So I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to put this on every one of these. Just a dab of blue thread locker, just like that, right on there. And then that way this is going to keep that from coming loose on impact. That one's a tight one there, hang on. There we go. So I'm going to do that to each one of these. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and do that real quickly and have that set, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so my blue thread locker that I had, that ran out on me. That's why it was coming out so thin. So another one now, even though it says red, or it looks red, it is blue thread locker. You don't want red because red's more permanent. Blue is easily undoable, releasable. So same kind of concept though, but this way I went back and redid those two that were a little thin, but I put a dab. Just put a dab on there like that so that it's going to be able to thread lock that in there and make sure that it's going to stay in the threads. So just a dab of blue thread locker like that, and then now we are set and ready to mount these. Now, what I do here to do this is I'm going to very slightly heat this ferrule, or this adapter, okay, this ferrule part of your taper as it would be on your wood. On wood, don't heat that. But on these, if you're using steel or aluminum, I just heat it just ever so slightly, just a touch. And then the rest of the work is in the broadhead. But I heat this a little bit real quick. Just put a little heat on there like that. And again, if this is wood, you wouldn't do that. You're going to heat the glue. Then I take my hot melt glue. I hold the hot melt glue there for a second, just like that, let it get warm, and then I'm smearing it on. You can see it on there. So I'm putting this on here, and I'm putting that glue right on that adapter. Just like that, so it's on there good. Got a good layer of glue on there like that. That's what you're looking for. Set this somewhere where it's not going to stick on everything. And then you're going to take your broadhead. Now mine are razor sharp hunt ready broadheads, so they're already sharp. Now I will actually strop them still. But see how I grab that head with the pliers? I have the glue on here. I have this ready. So this is what you're going to want to do with this, is just take it, dip. You can use a Q-tip, whatever you want. Get that in there, twist it in, and make sure you clean all that out of there. Out of each head, just to make sure any oils or anything that are in there are gone and out of there. So now that that's done, that's going to evaporate and dry very quickly. But now we have the head. You take that head and you hold it on there. We have our glue that is on that insert right there. I'm going to quickly heat the head. Now, I do not want to heat the blades. I just want to heat the ferrule. Okay, I just want to heat that ferrule up enough that it's going to get hot enough to melt the glue and stick. That is the goal. So on that, with that torch, I am basically just heating the center of that quickly, like that. Just kind of working right into the center of that. Send that heat right up that ferrule, ferrule, whatever you want to call it. Just like that, just to get that warm. Then this is going to go in, and you'll see here it seal it. See it's doing that. Now, while I'm in here, I want to align that blade with my nock. I shoot mine horizontal. So if you see the head blade design and the tip or the angle of that nock, I now have that perfectly aligned. Then you come over here, grab your t-shirt or whatever you are, you come in here close to you. See this glue that's pouring out of here? I want to get that off. So I'm wiping that excess glue off of that right there like that. Just like that, so it's good. Now what we want to do is we want to spin test this. So if you see here, when I put it on here and I spin that, see how it spins nice and true, perfect? Just like we're looking for, that's what I want. If it was wobbling, I would redo that. Once I know it's good, goes into the water, and that cools it down. Now that head is ready. Now I use this right here, and I just stick it in here, and I tighten it. Make sure it's tight. Check it one more time. We're perfect, good to go, and that's it. That's how I mount it. So then this head is done. All I got to do is my final stropping on that. So that head is ready. All that needs is a finishing stropping. So we're going to go through it one more time real quickly here for you. So I take the insert, the adapter. Actually, before I do that, let me first use my acetone and get inside of there and clean that out. Get rid of that. Because there is oil on these and you want that all out of there. So we clean that oil out of there like that. That sit there for a second. And they heat this up real quick. Just to give a little heat to that to help the glue stick. Again, it's not even necessary, but that's what I do. Get that a little warm. Then I'm taking my glue. Make sure you hold it tip up. If you hold this glue this way, glue can run down the glue stick and it'll burn your fingers. So keep it tipped up so that the glue does not run down your finger. It'll accumulate on the bottom corner of that. So you heat it like this, and then you just roll it right onto your adapter like that, and you're good to go. So now we have glue on there. Then we're going to take our broadhead, grabbing it with the pliers, like that. We're going to heat that ferrule. All we got to do is get it hot enough to melt the glue. We don't want to overdo it. Just get it hot enough to melt the glue, like that. And then you just press that right in and on. You'll see that glue bubble right up out of there. Now I want to align that with my feathers, which is going to be about right there. Like that. Actually, I'm going all the way around with this one. Hang on. Right there like that. Okay, then we take our rag. We wipe off that excess. See all that excess? Come in there. See all that glue sticking out of the bottom of that? We don't want that to dry there. So we're going to take this towel and just wipe that out of there and get rid of it. So it's gone. Like that. Then we want to spin check that. Like that. Perfect. We're going to dry or soak it so that it stops. So it actually seals up, so it's done. So the glue dries quicker. I've got that done. Quick spin check again. Then I'm going to give it a tighten. That one's good and tight. Now, spin check it once more, and I want to check my nock alignment. Okay, my nock alignment is set up perfect. That insert was already in good and tight, where the first one I had to give a little twist to. But that's it. That's how we mount our heads. There's nothing more to it other than to strap those broadheads and have it done. So it's a very simple, easy to do process. Works like a champ. The difference being if this was a wood arrow, then you would not heat this at all. You would only heat the glue, wipe it on the wood arrow, and then you would heat your head and mount it. So there's really no difference on there whatsoever. But it doesn't matter if you're using steel adapters, using aluminum ones, whatever, this is the simple way to do it. You can use regular glue as well too, whatever you want to do, but this hot melt system, I've been using it for a long time. It works great. So I'll put some links down below for you for some of that stuff. Maybe make it a little easier for you, but not much to this. Very simple process. The key is to make sure that you end up with them aligned how you want. Whether you shoot horizontal or you shoot vertical, make sure it's lined up with your nock. So when you put it on, it's not on the arrow like that when you have it. So if that bothers you. I like mine horizontal, like this one I shoot. I do not want them like that. I do not want it like that. I want them horizontal, like that. So that's how I mount my heads on there. But spin check, spin check, spin check. I can't say that enough. That makes sure they're good. So thanks for watching. Be back with more stuff soon. Talk to you later. Bye.